Hello and welcome to another video. So what we're going to be doing today is explaining dev killers. All of them, I think that these are all dev killers in the game right now, but there might be a little bit more that we don't know about yet. But these are the ones that have been at least shown. Now some of these movesets we don't actually have confirmation because the devs want to keep it a secret, but we can figure them out just based off watching footage and stuff like that. So let's just get straight into it. First one we got here is the Stalker. Now this is a character from the Stalker Reborn. Obviously, loved the Stalker Reborn as a kid. But the Stalker Reborn, or the Stalker, he has I think 3 moves actually. So one of his moves is that he goes into a rage mode and he gets on the floor and starts crawling around at supersonic speed. So that's pretty cool, I won't lie. And he has one big AoE move that he does a two-handed slash, and he has the regular M1s. Now, I think that's actually it for his moveset, but I mean, this is probably the only killer that they would actually add to the game. It's just the fact that they can't get any permission from the clone. I think, who made this game? Whoever made the Stalker Reborn won't give Forsaken permission, so they can't add him to the game. Kind of wish he was in the game, because I really enjoy the Stalker and his old games, but hey, this killer is pretty tough. Next killer they have added, well, this is the most recent one they've made, but it's not like they worked on it extensively. I think they made it in 30 minutes or something. We have Gubby. Now this was just a Roblox meme for the past couple of months so far. Basically what it did was, Mafioso's rabbit that he throws, I think someone made a redesign of that, put it on the toolbox, and then someone found it, thought it was pretty funny, so they decided to mainstream it to everybody, and now everybody talks about Gubby. And Gubby's now a skin in Forsaken with the whole Parlor Gubby thing. Now, for his move set, we have basically what he does is just he hops around and he can bite you, and he has a gun which he can pull out and he can shoot you and stun you for a long time, but he does knock you back really far. That's about it for Gubby. Then we have over here Earl King. Now, Earl King is an M1 killer. He only has one move so far that I at least know of, or others know of, but Earl King is from Limbus Company, like most other things are from Limbus Company in this game. But basically, all he has is an M1 with the big sword, and he has basically, what was it, Return of the Rotten. But when he does Return of the Rotten, it summons 100 clones around the map that just hunt you down. That's about it for Earl King. That's all he really has. But he does have a sick design, and actually, Hacklord is going to be into the game, and Hacklord is actually originates from Earl King. So you can see here what they're going to take from Earl King, put it onto 1X, make it Hacklord Shedletsky. But hey, this killer is okay, I guess, but I mean the clone thing is pretty overpowered. Next up we have Sancho. Now this skin, not skin, but this killer, I think it's based off an ego from one of the Limbus Company people, or it's a boss. I'm not familiar with Limbus Company, but I know it's from Limbus Company simply from the fact of its icon looking like one of the Limbus characters. But hey, this skin has not skin. I keep calling it a skin, but this killer has no moves. It just has a really fast punch with a really short cooldown and a pretty decently big hitbox, and he's pretty fast too. That's all we have really for Sancho. It's okay, but there's a better version of Sancho coming up pretty soon. So now next we have is Sukuna, basically the guy from JJK. He's the main villain, and he has slashing attacks, and he has his own big domain which cuts people up into pieces. Now the thing about this character is when you equip him and you go into a game, you're not Sukuna, you're just your avatar, which is pretty cool. And your M1s change it to cleave, I'm 99% sure, and you get one of these abilities where you basically do a big slash and it does some damage. And there's also Malevolent Shrine, which is a big AoE move that spans the entire map, and it basically just starts chipping away at people's health no matter where they are. He's pretty busted, I won't lie. I think he's pretty strong. So this killer is extremely OP, like most admin characters, but there are some that are okay. Next up we have Herobrine. Now Herobrine, obviously Herobrine, the Minecraft guy, is basically just Steve with white eyes, and he's an evil deity or whatever. Basically what they did with him is basically give him Cool Kid's moveset without Walk Speed Override, but they changed Walk Speed Override to a blink So basically, he has infinite teleports forward. So he basically has infinite stamina, and you'll never escape him. He can like teleport through walls. He teleports like anywhere he basically wants to. Really, he can summon two clones like Cool Kid, except they're Steve, like actually the guy Steve, and they both have diamond swords. I think they do a little bit more damage. I can't be too sure. And he also has the corrupt nature. He picks up like a cobblestone block. He throws it. That's all for his moveset, really. He is very, very overpowered just for the simple fact that he can teleport anywhere and he doesn't really need to even run. He just can just teleport. The next up we have is Solemn Lament. Basically, what this is another Limbus Company reference. Oh no, Limbus Company, another one. These guys really love Limbus Company, huh? But what this basically, he has no moves. Basically, what this is an ego from this guy Yi Sang. It's one of the sinners in the game, one of the main characters. You can play him. I think it's a pretty strong one, and it's a very popular one considering the fact that I see it like in Item Asylum and this game in particular. I've heard it around before, but it doesn't really give him any moves. It's kind of just what happens is it gives you like a coffin on your back, I think, and you get two guns in your hand, and it's just your avatar again, kind of like how Sukuna's is just your avatar. And I think you have increased walk speed, and all you do is shoot out pistols. But the thing about this is that you have infinite cooldown on the M1s, so like infinitely fire your gun, which is pretty cool, I won't lie. Next up we have is Buster Brawler. Now this is, I don't know what the reference is like this character, but basically he's extremely fast, one of the fastest killers in the game. He has like 1500 HP and he only has one move. Basically he's very buggy, so if you hit someone with the move, sometimes you can like fling out of the map. It's crazy work. But he has like, he's basically like an M1 brawler. He does a bunch of fast punches, and he has a one really knock heavy punch that ragdolls if someone gets hit by it, which is pretty sick. But there's not really much to say about Buster Brawler. And last but certainly not least, we have is Duke Erza. Basically what this is, it's a boss from Deep Woken. If you know what Deep Woken is, it's a very popular Roblox game that you have to pay like 500 Robux for. But he's like I think he's a major boss in the game. I'm not too sure. Basically what you do is like you do this quest and you have to beat him and you get some items or something. I've never played Deep Woken, but I know that people say it's a pretty decent game or something. But his kit, it really relies on like, he has a bunch of range in his kit. From what I've seen, he has basically what it's called like a green spear. He throws it, which is pretty cool. He also has this like wind, tempest, storm, like tornado that he shoots out, and he might have strong left, I'm not too sure, which is basically him charging up his left hand and punching the air. But I think those are his only two moves. I can't be too sure. And then he has obviously the M1, you know. But he also has, what is it, like a 900 million health, which is absolutely insane. But he's obviously overpowered because he's extremely range based, and I think all of his moves do heavy damage. But hey, this is a pretty cool dev killer in my opinion. And that's going to be it for this video. So what they're going to do is, if you have VIP, they're going to make the dev killers like available in VIP servers if you have, well, you know, VIP, which is going to be pretty cool. I'm not VIP servers, but private servers, but that's like a good way to, you know, boost up the VIP Gamecast, because it's kind of lacking, not gonna lie. It only gives 2 skins and an XP boost, which really isn't worth it for about 800, but it's more really like a donation for the game, I'm not gonna lie. But these dev killers, the only reason why they're not in the game is either because of the fact that they don't have permission to add it to the game, like Stalker for example, and also the fact that they are extremely unbalanced, like heavily unbalanced. Like, these guys will wipe out lobbies in like 30 seconds if they really tried, because they're just that overpowered. So don't really expect these to be in the game. And also the fact that most of these were made before Forsaken was actually released to the public. The only one that's been made recently was Gubby, and that was made in like 30 minutes. And it's more like a joke dev killer. It's not really like an actual killer. So that's going to be it for this video. Like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you later.